Teach me this. One, two, three, four, one, two. My legs stopped working. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. I think I'll stick to hosting, you guys. Let's get going. Can we crank that applause up for Thomas, because he's doing that every single day and he's just pumping out the tunes for all intros and exits and all that and makes it seem effortless. And I thought, I can do that too. I cannot do any of that. I can't even hold a beat apparently. But you know, that's why we got Thomas, and that's why we got him here for the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10, or otherwise known as the Shiver Show. That's right, it is day 4. You know what that means? That means the group stages are done. That means we have 4 days left. And I know 4 days, it's going to be great. But you know what the best thing is? It's time for some bloodshed. We're going to get some teams eliminated. I should not be that happy about that, but I know. I'm excited for today. I know someone else who's excited for today as well. And his name is Sir Action Slacks. It's not actually his name, but he goes under the name of Sir Action Slacks.
That's every man's dream, is to walk in under goddamn Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Bless you, sir. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Good morning, Slacks. Are you sure you want to start the day with a monster?
Absolutely. This is Monster Energy, the Doctor.
Actually, that is the best tasting one. I'm going to agree with that.
It's really good. Sponsored by Monster Energy and CORSAIR DreamLeague in the Monster Energy studio.
I mean, they all taste great, but this one tastes the best.
That's correct, Sheeby Deeby.
Are you looking forward to today then? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Elimination matches.
Really?
Yeah.
People are going home today?
Finally.
Jeez, you sound like my mom after Thanksgiving.
No, you know, it's like... What?
Finally, you people are going home.
I mean, I'm not surprised about that.
Get out of my house. All right, but yeah, I'm excited to see everything be on the line. Everyone's had it real easy so far. Lose a couple games, maybe we'll win something. No longer. You lose games, get out of my house.
Yep, get out of my studio. You know who I want to get into my studio?
Who's that?
It is Kyle and Moxie that I want to get into my studio.
Okay. This is a solemn song.
Are we ruining the panel?
Good morning, you two.
Good morning.
I'm looking forward to casting some elimination matches.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Nada.
You know what? Before we can talk about elimination matches, it is time to get to the order of the day. And that was the order of yesterday.
The pizza.
No, not that. Definitely not that. Don't even talk about it. We're talking about yesterday's games, yesterday as a whole. Yesterday was your birthday, Moxie. Did you have a good birthday?
I had a wonderful birthday. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting all that. I wasn't expecting a full mariachi band to sing me.
I don't think anybody was expecting a mariachi band.
I loved it. I want more of this. This is great.
You like the final Tribe RNG match that they gave you as well?
Yeah, that was one hell of a birthday present right there.
Highlight of yesterday, Kyle?
Yeah, I loved it. Every minute of it.
Well, what was your highlight of yesterday, if it wasn't that?
I had a really great milkshake.
Actually, he did.
What?
This is actually true.
And I don't get to have that very often because I'm lactose intolerant. But Moxie came through, had those magic tablets that allow you to pick milk. Thank God. Thank goodness.
That's pretty good. We went out for birthday dinner. It was a good day. As said, though, I mean, yesterday nobody got eliminated. It was the end of the group stages. It was a relatively short day for us. Today will be definitely a long day, and I hope you're all ready for that. I am definitely ready for that. And I'm sure you're wondering right now, why is there a picture of pumpkins next to you? And I'm wondering the same thing. But I can tell you, like, you see the pumpkins, there's like a couple of different sizes. You know, some pumpkins are better than others. And it's the same as teams. Some teams are better than others. We can pretend like everybody's even and it's all going to be a great day of Dota 2, but some teams are just better.
All pumpkins are not equal.
What pumpkin?
We can pretend like all pumpkins are equal,
Only
but
one
we
of us is
all
a
know they're
pumpkin,
not.
Too.
We all
Can't
know.
change.
What I want to talk about, you guys, is teams and the difference between them, but then more specifically, stop laughing. The difference between Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 teams. And I know, Kyle, you once made the saying, like, Tier 1 teams are the teams that have a chance of winning the major. Tier 2 teams are the teams that always make it to the major. And Tier 3 teams is the rest.
Sounds about right, yeah. I think if you look at the Tier 1, because Dota's gotten a lot more difficult as the years go on. And talking with players that are trying to build teams, like, the common theme is, like, it's so hard to become Tier 1 because the competition is stacked. You've got like the VP, Liquid, OG, and I feel like I'm missing a team.
Can you stay completely still? Oh, look to your right just a little bit more. No, keep the camera there. No, back. Move your head a little to the left. Keep going. Other way. No, rotate. The other way. Rotate. Whoa! A little bit more to the other side now. A little bit more. Stop. Doesn't it look like he has an artificial ear? That's so neat. It's like he's a robot.
Stop derating the conversation, Slack.
All right, continue.
Of all things.
He looks like a robot. All right, continue, Kyle.
Continue, Kyle.
Have
So as I
yours?
was saying, those teams haven't made roster changes. They've been solid for multiple years at this point, and it's just like near impossible to take them down unless you find something special. Like there's got to be something that elevates your gameplay from that elite level of Dota to transcendent, to you're watching Anna, and even as a pro player, you're like, holy shit, like what is this guy doing?
Cannot be unseen is one of those things, in case you're wondering why everybody is still
Looks
laughing.
like he got an artificial ear, dog. I love it.
What's the difference between tiers of teams for you, Slack?
Isn't it uncomfortable?
Well, you know, there is no difference to tiers to me, dog. Every freaking event, someone's like, this guy's great, this guy's up and coming. It's all about the synergy, you know? You can only decide who's a good team based on the patch, is what I've learned. And some teams, they just float to the top, like a rotten curd and a thing of milk. Other teams, they sink to the bottom, like my career. So overall, can't tell what teams are good depending on the patch. I don't believe in tiers. It's all made by the patriarchy to keep us down.
You know what also is a way to determine if the teams have a chance to become a Tier 1 or Tier 2 team?
What's that?
It's got to do with our next topic. It's gems. That's right. You might have heard a couple of gems in the last couple of months. Thompson, a gem, just came out of almost nowhere and made it to TI and won TI, just like that. We also, of course, Nisha, another gem up and coming. And how do you recognize those gems? Where did they come from? Like Kyle, you're captain. How can you see who is the gem?
Ask this. I went sifting. I was one of those gold miners that went to Alaska, but I picked a really bad river to start sifting. All I got was a few croutons and a rusty dog tag.
Moxie, when you're casting a game, how do you recognize like which player is better than the rest? Like what is something that you look for?
I think you have to look for consistency. You look for those players that, you know, a lot of the times you're looking at positioning, you're looking at them making intelligent choices when they look at their items. So, you know, just finding that one person that no matter what, you're excited to see them. You're excited to see maybe a certain hero that they're going to be playing. And then, you know, just knowing that they're going to be solid and the rest of the team maybe not quite as consistent, and you're a little bit worried about that. So you're like, okay, can they carry this game? Can they do this? But can the rest of the team, you know, come together and just rally sort of deal?
You're looking pensive there, Slacks.
Just try not to look at Kyle's.
Yeah, no. Gems are, again, like, special teams. You just find these players that can just do amazing things. Like, look at Anna. That, to me, is a Dota 2 gem. He comes in, he does amazing things, he wins all the majors, he disappears.
He
comes back,
literally
wins TI,
won the major,
disappears.
disappeared for a year and a half. It's like, oh, I'm back for TI, boys. We're going to come in as number 18 and just win the thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to carry.
That is the biggest gem in Dota 2, I think.
Yeah.
The the shining example, because he's like that thing on the Titanic. You know,
I was going to
remember
go
that?
with Aladdin, personally.
That's not.
How about,
that's a genie. They both
He's a
start with-
diamond in the rough.
He
That's
is a
literally
diamond in the
Aladdin.
rough.
He ain't a what?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Diamond in
They
the
say,
rough.
"Look for the diamond in the rough.
That's about a genie, you dummies.
No,
It's not.
it really is not.
The genie's a part of it, but
It's all a metaphor
the
because
prophecy.
Jafar is secretly the
Yeah.
old guy saying he needs a diamond in the rough. And it turns out that Aladdin actually is a diamond in the rough, even though Jafar has nefarious intentions. He's
Aladdin
an
All right,
would
you
nothing
guys.
without
All right,
the
calm
genie.
down.
He's a street rat unless magic made his life different. The movie was about finding a genie. He's a street rat.
All right. I'm sure that at this tournament, Kyle, there must be a diamond in the rough somewhere as well. It's just waiting to be discovered, right?
Oh, yes, there is, Sheeves. Is it time?
It is
Would you like
time.
me to tell you?
Yeah, I want you to tell me.
I'm sick of the disrespect and the Stop.
I'm laughing. I'm getting ready.
I'm sick of the disrespect and the fake news. Because there is a diamond in the rough here at this tournament. And you all know who he is. There was an American in-house league that lasted a full 2 seasons, the longest ever. The first season, right before TI5, was won by Sumail. What did he do? That's right, he won TI. Do you know who won season 2?
Who? Tell us.
Tell us.
Brian Banana Slamma. I can't.
Go on.
Stop this. This is serious.
Yeah, America.
He won that season. He deserves a shot.
America. Fuck yeah.
How many players can combine a flawless complexion, a chiseled jawline, one of the most popular and well-loved streams in the world, in addition to having a helpful and friendly demeanor and attitude for all? Team Rooons might not have won a game at this event, but BSJ has won a place in our hearts, and I'm proud to back him and be the first to say that he shall win a TI. And all you doubters will be proven wrong.
She's literally carrying an American flag. How can you call her a doubter?
Let's go.
That's all I have to say.
All right, well, we are, of course, in Sweden, so it is great that we get some national pride here for America, but I mean, we gotta please the Swedes as well. And Swedish Dota, they are very proud of their Swedish Dota. And we can figure out just how proud they are by watching the next video.
Swedish Dota used to be one of the strongest nations because of Alliance back in the days. It still is pretty strong, but now we're more scattered. There's still the final tribe that's doing pretty solid.
We have a very strong discipline in mainly coming from Frost that's been spreading across the team as a whole. We try to take everything seriously. All we do, every work towards lands, in lands, have a good schedule.
I think we have a good dynamic. It's glued together by friendship, but also made stronger by discipline. We put the responsibility on every individual to do their work.
If I would describe our playstyle, we try to have a very open mind towards the draft. We have experience with a lot of heroes, but we mainly try to play around a lot of team fight, strong lanes, as well as try to be disciplined in our movements.
Winning DreamLeague would be huge for us. First of all, it will be the first tournament that we had won with this squad, or with the Final Tribe's history, basically. We're in good shape, mentally and mechanically in Dota. We're prepared. We just got to keep working, and I think we'll do very well.
I think Swedes are good in esports because I think it's very common for Swedes to have a computer at home, and I think maybe there's more acceptance in the Swedish community to spend a lot of hours in front of a computer.
The ritual itself comes It originates a bit from Wolf of Wall Street, because we wanted something that is like hardcore winner mentality. And then we put our own twist to it.
The long-time goal for TFT is for sure to win TI. We want to be the first with our thing. We want to show everybody that what we do is the absolute best thing to do to be the best team in Dota 2.
The final tribe playing here on home soil. And I always wonder, does that give a little bit of extra to a team, like playing on home soil? Slacks?
Hell yeah, you got all the dead ghosts under your feet.
What the?
Everywhere in the world.
No, whoa. He does have a point.
Every step that you take, somebody died. It's in human history. We've been around for thousands of years. Their souls are coming up. Every battle is
this studio is actually this studio was built on the site of a Swedish revolution, actually, in the early 800s, where the Viking lord Olafsson was defeated by the.
Is it hot the graveyard? Run! Nah, but not really, though. I think that playing on the home soil, of course, it does give you a lot of physiological benefits. You don't got to travel.
You've broken my co-caster.
You can eat all your favorite food, your stomach, your biology set. Yesterday, we ate a moose, for Christ's sake. They just brought us moose to eat. I'm like, is this legal? I thought maybe they were endangered or something, but they're delicious.
Well, moose are mean anyway, so I don't feel bad.
You know, moose.
Okay. You know what? You're almost done, Kyle. You're almost able to just have a breather. But there's one more thing I want you to talk about.
Yeah.
There's one more thing I have a question for, because, of course, the winner of the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10, the winner of this minor, the first minor of the DPC 2018-2019, makes it to the major, the Kuala Lumpur major. Which one of these teams has the best shot at doing well there?
I actually, after watching the games yesterday, I was very impressed by both Complexity and Tigers.
They both didn't play yesterday. What?
Good try, Kyle. You got a couple more teams you can try.
I'm sorry, I won those games yesterday. I was really impressed by the tenacity of Team RNG. You know,
Get me out.
they really held on for dear life, and man, they pushed those creep waves and just stayed in the game.
Yeah, he
But
did.
honestly, none of those teams are going to win this tournament.
Well, one of them is going to win the tournament.
Not anyone that played yesterday.
Okay, fair enough. So you think it's going to be either Cole or Tigers?
Cole, Tigers. I thought Navi looked good, much better on day one.
But they played yesterday.
But going back to your conversation about home soil,
Yeah.
jet lag does play a role in LAN environments, and Tigers and Cole are going to get better as they age, much like a fine wine.
Damn, dog. I got to disagree with you. I think Navi looks really good. Complexity they squeezed out a win on both those games. I feel like Navi's still a strong contender. Although I will say, I think Complexity's looking best.
The thing is, Sheaves asked, who's going to look the best at the major? And I think Cole has the most room to grow since they're the newest roster. They're finally playing with Skemberlu. And, of course, Eternal Envy, a lot of experience on the big stage.
Yep.
You know that the more time his mind gets to work.
Moxie, any final words on this one?
Yeah, I'm liking Tigers, man. The drafts have been pretty solid. Been seeing some really good plays coming out. It's that, or I do like Complexity, I'm not going to lie. But you know what?
You got to disagree with Kyle sometimes.
Yeah, you got to, or else he just starts getting crazy like this, and it just gets,
No, I'm trying to block your face.
What?
All right.
Please
What is
continue.
happening?
That's it. It is finally time. Moxie, escort this man out of there. Thomas, play him out.
You can't be in
Thank you
front.
so much for joining us. And of course, we'll be your caster prayer for the first series of the day. But for now, we need a break. How are you doing there, Slacks?
I'm great, man. What a little bundles of joy they are.
Yes, they are.
They're really great. I wish they were casting the next series so I can get even more of that nice couple.
I just told you that they were.
Great.
It's a good thing you're listening. This is amazing.
I am having a great time, Sheeps.
Good. You know who's also having a great time? Thomas, can you play in our next guest?
Is he ready?
I do not know. Yes, he is.
always.
As always. Looking forward to having four series today.
Yeah, four series.
4 series.
4 series.
And in case you forgot which series they were.
I didn't.
All right. Well,
Actually, don't ask me what they were. Yeah.
Well, in that case, no, I'm asking you now. Don't put the brackets up yet. Owen, you're on the spot. Go for it.
BSJ versus Infamous.
Yes.
BSJ versus
Ka-ching. That was correct.
All right.
And then probably
Another lower bracket match.
another lower bracket match.
Yes. 2 teams that are in the lower bracket. The other 2 teams that are in the lower
Mega
bracket.
Squadron
Yes.
versus
All right, bring up the brackets.
Yeah,
we gotta help this man. The Final Tribe was the correct answer.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then we have Complexity, RNG, Tigers, Navi. We have 4 series, all 8 teams for the last time. All 8 teams will play on the day.
Yeah.
Dang, what a shame.
We're gonna send 2 teams home.
Good. I mean, we're running out of space here, really. It's a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
These toilets getting bunged up. I'm having to queue up for the toilet.
No, that's why they placed an extra toilet outside.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you tried that toilet yet?
I have not tried this toilet. You know who might have tried this toilet? Boris might have tried this toilet.
Got one.
Hey guys, Kyle, here with Boris from Team Rooons. Boris, you're a man of mystery to a lot of the folks at home. Could you just give me what you think the primary reason for being is?
Just to get along with getting on, man.
Well put. How do you think you're going to perform today?
I don't know, man. Time will tell. You know, we've had a rough time in the tournament so far. Maybe we'll pull it together, maybe not. We'll see.
But either way, you're going to be okay, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Back to you guys.
Just so chill.
That was depressing.
No, it's super chill.
A little too chill.
Little, what?
Maybe we will, maybe we won't.
He's saving his energy for the tournament. I don't blame him.
Okay. I like Boris. I feel like he's a down-to-earth guy.
Down-to-earth?
Down-to-earth. Spends a lot of time in the woods just crepping around. I think he's a good lad, and I hope that he...
It's not a nice thing to say. This guy is the kind of guy you can find creeping around the woods.
He's a good lad in there. He's doing the Lord's work. Go, Boris. He's made a new fan today.
One of the standout players for Complexity, you think, Owen? For Rooons?
For Rooons? Yeah, I was going to say...
Keeping you on your toes.
Changes of the teams disbanding and breaking and making new ones already.
No.
I don't know. I like to say that they're all sort of stand out in their own right. You know, out of Rooons. I think it's very hard to sort of stand out when you're in the same lineup as BSJ. Because BSJ, he's always going to be sort of that, you know, like the maiden at the front of the ship. You know, the mermaid.
The maiden?
You know, like on the old boats they used to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you call those?
You guys are the one. I know the Dutch word. That's all I can know.
What is the Dutch word?
Boegbeeld.
Yeah, BSJ's book build.
Yeah,
that's the nickname.
Basically means
the book build
a
BSJ.
front statue.
That's what the B stands for.
That's a book build right there.
Book build slam jammer.
Boegbeeld.
That's what he...
Hype.
Yeah? So you don't have really a standout other than BSJ for Rooons?
No, I think so. I mean, it's hard to sort of pick standout. They're a team that's obviously been struggling and, you know, they haven't really had the chance to sort of get things together to the point where they've been able to shine. So I don't think you could really say there's a standout player.
Okay.
Because they're just...
Well, talk to me about Rooons. Where are their struggles coming from? What's your take on them right now?
Well, as we've seen, they seem to play... Yeah, they're obviously individually pretty decent mechanically, but they always sort of get to the mid-game, and then they lose the plot. It just seems like pretty much every other team that we have here on LAN just seems to have a bit of a better and more sort of unified idea how to tackle the game from the mid-game onwards, whereas with Rooons, it doesn't seem like that they're quite on the same wavelength. They've all got sort of their own ideas, and it just becomes this bit of a jumble at the mid-game. And sometimes it does work out, and they're able to sort of get themselves the win, but for the most part, they're going to be sort of outplayed by teams that are more sort of working together.
All right.
I've watched a lot of these games with Rooons, and I have to say, I think their biggest problem is honestly positioning. I've never seen Rooons hardly ever take a 5-on-5 fight. Someone's always picked off every single time. Typically, it's one of the supports who they just straight up abandon, and they leave in some weird place. But I feel like that's a communication issue.
Yeah.
People are just kind of wandering off like a kid at the mall, just going down the escalator, and you're like, Tommy? And he's just...
Tommy?
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's just gone. So
That's really sad.
today, I hope that they can, you know, a lot's on the line. They haven't had any pressure yet.
Tournament live on the line.
I really hope that they can kind of have more cohesion. They can stick together. They can take fights when they can and not always lose one dude randomly.
And you know who also wants to do just that?
Huh.
It is Moose and his team.
Thanks, Shiver. Kyle, here with Moose from Team Infamous. Moose, what kind of question do you want me to ask you?
I don't know, maybe how I am feeling.
Oh, how are you feeling? Do you feel good, confident going in? Rooons actually has not won a single game at this tournament.
I think our team is pretty confident against Rooons, especially. But our team needs to improve a lot. But I think we have a lot of chances to win these games.
Well, fantastic. I wish you luck, my friend. Back to you in the panel, Sheaves.
A lot of chances to win this event, this game, this series.
Yeah. That was nice. You know, I will say that we are seeing two very different teams. Rooons has been kind of in the room right now, so I don't know. They've been a little...
Don't worry, they're wearing their headsets.
Wearing their headsets.
They've been a little depressing.
You can say whatever you want.
They've been a little depressing.
He's saying that they have been a little depressing.
But I feel like we've seen some sparks of greatness come out from the Final Tribe. They have performed pretty well.
You mean Infamous?
Infamous? Well, no. Infamous is playing. Oh, God, it's over. No, I'm just kidding. That is what I meant to say. Infamous has shown some sparks. They've had some creative drafts. They've done some great plays, but haven't niched themselves too many wins. So I will say that we've seen some really good things from this team. And confidence, though, might be the killer, though. You're going up against a team that has not won a single game.
Yeah.
You're confident in an elimination game. Got to be careful. Play to your best, Infamous.
Play to your strengths.
That's right.
And if you do play to your strengths, perhaps you can be voted for the Hacks MVP. And who's going to be doing the voting? It's going to be Twitch chat. I wonder who they're going to choose. Hashtag, and then the name. You can see him there. Please do us proud. Try hard. And don't all vote for BSJ at once. You can only vote once the game has actually started.
Boris.
You don't feel like the MVP should go to the team that actually wins?
Boris! What do you think, Owen?
I think it's going to be a tough one, maybe between the hashtag Tomato and the hashtag BSJ, but I think BSJ will win out.
Yeah.
I think, considering sort of the time zone we're in,
Yes,
BSJ fans are out in full force.
I'm honestly so excited for this left.
How could you lip reading, Slacks?
What?
Can you lip read?
I like tomatoes. That's all he said. That's not good for the draft.
Definitely not good.
Winter Wyvern, Necrophos, and Io banned out. Tiny first pick.
Tiny.
Heck yeah. I like that first pick. It does a lot. All he needs is to blink, and he's ready to bang. So, loving it. Infamous, strong start. Axe going to be banned out, interestingly enough. But more interesting is the Mirana first phase ban. Does this mean Rooons wants to start off with a hooked on Phoenix?
I mean, the Mirana ban's fine. I think against Infamous, we know it's sort of Tomato. I'd say one of his best heroes.
Boom!
Yeah, you want to protect that egg?
Phoenix is going to be picked out without the threat of that Mirana leaping in and attacking. And Brewmaster following that up as well. You've seen Brew run many different ways in the last couple of weeks, and just such a high variety hero. Honestly, love watching that hero go ham. It's just fun, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad way to open at all. We see a lot of sort of the other sort of tier 1 teams opening Phoenix Brew. It is something that I can get on board with. We'll see what Infamous's answer is going to be. See if they want to grab something now that is going to be nice to take down that egg, as the team fights are going to be pretty good for Rooons.
I will say, though, you run a risk playing Phoenix and Brewmaster against that Silencer. He can really just mess your stuff up with that global ult. We saw a victory yesterday with that. A refresher or boots-only Silencer, but a big silence can do a lot. You got to get that Brewmaster as soon as possible, so kind of feel like they're opening themselves up for a counter pick here from Infamous. Not scared of that, though, eh, Owen? No fear from you.
No. As I said, this is, I mean, even if they pick answers, they pick a Bane, okay?
What's a Bane?
The Bane, as we've seen, a very popular hero for the saves and such. Not necessarily my favorite hero, favorite support to see picked up against the Phoenix. I think
they're having a lot of fun.
A lot of the time,
I can hear them laughing over here.
I mean, I think they're happy with the opener they've got, and against it, sure, Tiny's great, but as I say, Bane certainly has his weakness against these heroes.
I'm loving it, man. These guys look confident. They look like they're about to have a great match. Meanwhile, Infamous is looking pretty serious.
It's an elimination match. I feel like serious is the right way to go.
I don't know, man. Nakuro at TI, you just have fun. You just play.
This is true.
Don't let the stress get to you. Lena going to be banned out. Interesting ban there. I was expecting Infamous might want to be picking that up themselves. We've seen Lena's ability to burst down Brews and right-click Phoenixes real well. So surprised that they're banning that.
You know, Rooons so far, we've seen them a couple of games where in the first 20 minutes they are absolutely owning and then they just fall apart afterwards. Does that... I really want to know what they're talking about. Does that mean that they want to try to maybe focus on having an even better early game and then just hope to end early rather than to have to play late?
Yeah, that could be a way.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely do seem to be weaker late game. That is for sure. So, yeah, I'd agree. It's good to play that sort of early point. And, I mean, Phoenix and Brew, that's already a good start to do so. You know, these heroes that are going to be pretty good and come sort of level 6 on both of these heroes. You're really going to look to just start running at the enemy and gearing up for these big group ups. You're going to have superior team fight by the looks of it so far. Obviously, Infamous, you know, they're only 2 picks in, but the 2 heroes so far in terms of the team fight where you're a Phoenix and Brewer being thrown at you, they're not the best.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, Morphling going to be banned out as well as PL. We've seen this in the second stage bans many a time. Can't let the strong heroes get through. However, our big name, of course, is still Terrorblade available. Undying. I think you nailed it, Cheever. I think Rooons wants to go in early game.
Let's win the lanes.
Win the lanes, win the games.
Attempt for the Stomp.
Whatever happened to Viper? Then people used to pick that for the early game.
But then Viper got changed.
Yeah. I like new Viper, though.
You do?
Yeah, I think his ability to cut off passives is really cool.
I agree, but you do need to be up against someone that is having that as their strength.
Yeah, but using that against Axe or something tears them apart. It's great.
I'll be interested to see what Rooons do with the final 2, the mid lane and the safe lane picks, because, I mean, so far what they've shown, they're off lane and they're 2 supports, and they don't really have Disable. I mean, sure, there's the Primal Split and the Supernova stun, but if you sort of look at the fact that if this Bane comes into a fight, Fiends grips the Brew, what do the Phoenix and Undying do? They can commit the Supernova, but there's already going to be a decent amount of time that Bane's locked down his target, and the rest of Infamous are going to come in and get the kill. So I'm really looking at the 2 cores of Rooons that they'll finish with to really address this, as they just don't have any sort of stun or in the lanes. People are just going to walk off. And now with the Juggernaut in,
he's a speedy man.
I'm normally not a fan of the Jug, but this game against sort of the Phoenix Egg, the Undying Tombstone, and as I said already, the fact that there's a lack of Disable, it can definitely work.
Confirm this for me, or the night. If you're Juggernaut and you get hit by the spirits from Phoenix, when you spin, you get rid of that and you can attack the egg while spinning.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's why it's so good against the egg.
Hey, Terrorblade
is the pickup.
Late game insurance policy.
And Terrorblade is super strong. Again, though, no sort of stun. Yeah, they got some slows and such, but Disable isn't their strong point. Team fight is obviously fantastic, but I want to see this sort of the final hero for Rooons be something that really just hard locks people down and allows them to go on them. Because at the moment, as I'm seeing, I feel like Infamous is going to quite easily be able to walk away from most of these team fights that Rooons will try and look for.
Yeah, I think the MVP for Infamous right now is the TP scroll. The Bat Rider, yet again, not a lot of success that we've seen with this hero, Sheaver.
Bat Rider is nice when you have a single core, I've been told. Single core lineup, and if Terrorblade's going to be the only one, then that's nice for that. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but again, I'm more thinking, if you're thinking Rooons have not got a lot of disable, which heroes can really abuse that? I know they've already banned out Morph and Weaver, who are 2 heroes that do exactly that, but are there some more heroes that could really be a free pick, as people call it, on the side of Infamous?
Well, let me remind you that insane game we had yesterday was Storm Spirit, dog. Storm Spirit, no grab, no problem. He can run over that team until they get into the hyper late game and sheep sticks are coming out. So could see that potentially. I mean, they do need a mid, right?
I think we're looking for the mid matchup for both squads. Yeah. And that means that the first pick after this banning phase is going to Infamous and last pick is going to Rooons, I believe. So Rooons have the up there and they can choose something for Annihilate that is really gonna seal the deal for them.
I don't know what they want to take, though. And, I mean, looking at Infamous's lineup, I guess, are we assuming this Tiny is going to be... Like, where's this Tiny going to be played, right? Is it going to be a position for Tiny and Infamous are keeping their mid pick till last?
Yeah, it's got to be. I think that it's just too viable as a 4 to, as we've seen in this tournament. So I really am not against the Storm pick here.
Well, for Infamous?
Yeah, I think it would be great. What do you think?
Yes, I mean, it's really, lack of disable. Storm is not terrible.
A hero that we've seen Pepita on a lot as well has been Invoker, not picked nor banned.
Does Pepita play Tinker? Because Tinker would be amazing here. There's no disable. You got the Tinker against the Terrorblade.
10 seconds remaining.
I think he does.
If he can pull out a Tinker, the temptation could certainly be there. They've got sort of the Bat leading in with the Firefly, giving the vision for the rockets and lasers to go through. I realize it's sort of a strong sort of cheese pick here from Infamous. The Tinker. I'm trying to think if they can maybe do the Huskar. Down the line, the Terrorblade's annoying, but other than that, this could be a game where you sort of run them down with the Huskar.
Yeah. I would think maybe the ban is going to tell us a lot once they actually ban a hero. Maybe with this ban, you want to remove any hero that is good against the hero that they're going to pick. So once they pick that up, once they ban that out, we have a little bit more information to go on. And they are ticking down in their bonus time. They only have like less than 20 seconds left.
Oh man, this is stressful.
Yeah.
They got a ban and
they ban out Invoker.
Okay. Would have certainly been good, you know, we've seen many times, you know, Lacrity and TB, that's one way to push down again. There's the Storm.
There's the Storm.
They recognize the lack of disable.
Don't worry, I set you up with that free pick.
Whoop, whoop.
So Rooons, what do they do to end this draft? They need that good, strong mid. And I'd say, I mean, good mids with sort of a hard lockdown. I don't know if there's that many, so I'm really interested to see what Rooons do. I think they're going to struggle this game.
Yeah, they need a real solid grabber here. Or, I mean, they could just completely all in the mid. I mean, in the early game and just pray that they just steamroll like crazy.
Well, it's not going to be a mid that's going to get helped a lot, right? Is there any mid that does well against Storm Spirit that does not need assistance?
I mean, if they could try brooding them. The Brood Mother's still there, right, this game?
And I guess as a Brood, you do build an Orchid?
I mean, you can do. If you might not need to. If you just sort of get Diffuser Medallion, you're sort of taking over the game before the Storm's really got his first major item.
Does Annihilate play Brood?
I don't know. I'm sure he can. It's not hard.
I mean, they honestly cannot win if they don't steamroll, right? If Storm Spirit gets any kind of farm,
yeah, he's never going to get caught.
He's never going to
nothing here that's going to catch that Storm.
Yeah, they have got to commit.
Yeah. Maybe they go for something like a Dragon Knight, you know? You got at least a stun.
DK wouldn't be bad.
Nah, man.
DK wouldn't be bad. He's going to be sort of this beef that's hard to kill. He's able to push sort of the same timings as the Terrorblade. DK, we've seen DK Terrorblade being picked up as a combo a lot of times, so it depends. I don't know, DK or Brood?
I want to see super all-in early game. I seriously, like a Viper or something, an Ember Spirit.
I just heard them say Ember is kind of shitty, I guess. That's literally what I heard them say, and I figured,
That's
you know,
a great way to end the draft. Ember is kind of shitty, and then they pick it. I mean, and it is. Sure, it gives you the chains. That's a bit of lockdown, I guess. But the Storm, if he wants to get his Yules, he's still not going to die.
No.
And I don't know if sort of Ember fits the timing that they want to play with.
Not at all. Not at all. How
Do
is
I
Ember gonna
need to
get any
ask?
farm?
So I mean, I've got to go for Infamous. I know that there's a Terrorblade on Rooons. I know that they've sort of seemed to have a plan, but I think this sort of lack of stun and such, it's going to hurt them, and this Storm could get a pretty free game.
I'm not a smart man, but I do believe that Infamous has heavily outdrafted Rooons here. Rooons does have a chance to win, however, if they can play it to their strengths, but there's probably not going to happen. I'm going for Infamous.
I will go for Infamous as well. I don't know if that is actually a good representation of the odds that Rooons have in this game, but that's the way it is right now. But let's head over to two people that can talk a lot more about this upcoming game. It is Moxie and Kyle.
So I believe the panel's siding with me right now, Kyle. I think my boys in South America are looking pretty darn good.
And you're all wrong. Like, terribly wrong. I'm serious.
You want to elaborate on that, or?
Yeah. Ember Spirit counter Storm, super hot. I don't know what Slacks is smoking, but yeah, this is like the freest game of their lives. Look, where's the team fight for Infamous? You've got Bane, Bat, and Juggernaut. You know what all those heroes have in common? That's right, single target ultimates. And you know what sucks in Dota right now? Static damage output on only one enemy hero.
I don't know. I'm thinking this looks great right now. We got a Pepita Storm Spirit in here, man. Tiny is such a strong hero.
If that Bat Rider is a Magnus, I'm all with you. What a great pick that would have been. But instead, they're all in on this idea that their Storm Jug will just take over the map. Like, I just don't buy it. You've got a BSJ Terrorblade. Did you not pay attention to
Have you seen BSJ Terrorblade at Vegas?
Put some respect on my man's name. First off,
I got
it's
nothing
Banana Slamma Jamma. Use the full particle. Second, stop making me laugh by laughing.
It's your fault for being weak.
Whatever. Y'all know who's going to win. It's going to be Team Rooons. They haven't won a game yet, but that's just because they enjoy being the underdog.
Baby, this is going to be a 2-0 from my boys. Infamous.
You're so wrong. I'm gonna laugh maniacally when Rooons take this game. I'm gonna estimate it takes them. They're gonna do a discipline like, so it'll probably take the second Roche, maybe 37 minutes into the game. They'll break the base.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure I agree.
Well,
I'm gonna hold you to it though.
Yeah, you don't.
Because
agree.
when you're wrong, I mean, I'm right all.
It's too much. It's not working. You can't.
I'm right all.
You're trying to sell something, but nobody's buying, Moxie.
At least I'm not trying to sell snake oil over here.
That's a good point. But a lot of people that use snake oil say it has incredible benefits. In fact, just yesterday, I took this new medicine. It's called a placebo. And I had
Did it taste sugary to you
renewed
at all?
vigor. Yeah, actually, that was one of the main ingredients. How did you know?
Oh, yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard of it. I've heard of it.
Yeah,
You
it was
sucker.
great. I really felt like my mental capacities were increased.
God, I hope they
All right, let's talk. All right, so breaking down the dotes.
Let's break
I feel like
now.
it's all about the Embers game. Ember versus Storm is a pretty skill-based matchup. It used to be very Storm favored, but after the changes to Remnant, where it now costs 100 mana every level, it's not quite as powerful. And Ember has a lot more kill threat, especially when he hits level 6. The only downside to the Rooons lineup that I'm not quite a fan of is that all their supports only offer team fight, no disable. So their rotating really requires either a split or the Ember Spirit. There's no other way for them to catch. And actually, looking at the Infamous draft, all three of those cores are very tough to take down without catch. And they have a tiny support, which is quite nice. You know, this could be a tough game for Rooons.
Wow, sounds like you're starting to slide over to my side there,
No,
buddy.
Never. I have faith in my
We're missing some catch here. That seems pretty darn important. But
Jared.
little fight over here by those rooms. Motto gonna be able to secure this one over here.
I would have really liked to see BSJ use a clap there. There's no need to run around at full mana, and if you got an opportunity, you always got to make a clap.
Did you just call Monkeys Forever BSJ?
I was testing you. I know that's Monkeys Forever.
Banana,
His real name is
Slamma.
Darren Clinton.
Jamma.
True. True. I will try and I mean, he's playing under BSJ, though, because a lot of the people that aren't true believers don't really know his full name.
This is starting to sound like a cult, man.
I mean,
The cult of BSJ.
he certainly has a following.
That's true. That's,
He's the Rocky Horror Picture Show of the Dota scene.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but yeah. All right, so got that meta coming up. Look at all these stacks of sticky, though. That is the worst when you're trying to turn around and hit stuff.
Oh, no, BSJ. He got the last hit, though. We're good. We're good.
He's got 6 stacks of sticky on him, though. That is one oily-looking Terrorblade.
Yeah, thing is, though, he does have the big stick, so that's quite nice. Top lane, this is a tough matchup for a Brew Phoenix because the issue with laning against the Jug is that he can spin off all of your damage and slow, and the Bane is a very strong zoner. So it's easy for him to butter up these 2 heroes, get them to a point where any spin and chase down just lands a kill easily.
This is really nice right now, too. The Bane is, we joke it's a South American special because a lot of these position 5s will play it. It's kind of meta right now. But I remember I was watching one particular game. KZE actually was playing Bane, and he got a rampage on a position 5 Bane. So now it's actually popular.
Moose was actually when I had my misadventure in South America for the last qualifiers. Moose was playing support as well, and I actually think that he's got a lot of potential. He's got one of the best attitudes I've seen in South America.
Brian Banana Slamma Jamma. These body blocks coming out here from Schofield. I don't know there, my friend. I believe that's what we call first blood.
They get second blood up top as well.
That Jubei gets down and Monkeys, and they do get the kill onto Whisper. I believe that was a lot of tower shots coming through there, too.
BSJ also not farming very well. This is quite bad for your TB. You know what I'm actually realizing is I feel like they might have wanted to put the Brew in the lane against the Bad. It's a tough matchup for him. And, man, it's just a tough game, really. This is a tough game. I think in reality, if they put Brew mid, or even TB mid, because Storm isn't really the greatest laner against the TB, the Ember is the one who should be laning against the Bad. But, alas. This is like the only way Batrider really gets a game nowadays, is if you're in a lane that you can dominate and pressure at all times.
It's definitely not a comfortable lane here for the Terrorblade. Just see all these stacks of stick. He does have, you know, that stick like we talked about, but what can, you know, you've got Jubei on this Undying, and Undying's a great hero, but he's got no way to save him.
No, exactly.
That's the issue.
The way to play against Bad is you got to be aggressive when you have low stacks. Like right here, if you start running like this with no stacks on you, you're already feeling bad. And now he's like, you just end up running back and forth in the lane. You need to have no stacks and trade a little bit. Otherwise, you get to a position like he is now where he's just dead if he gets Fireflight on top of.
Yeah, we saw that happen earlier for sure. Top lane, Icarus Dive comes out, moves in for some trouble here. He's gonna try to run himself away. Monkey's hot on pursuit, almost has enough, should be ticking down to damage. Boris will get a kill, but Boris will also pay for this with his life. Bit of a trade in this top lane.
Mid's even, tops. I mean, all the lanes are pretty even. The concern is just about the win conditions. For Infamous, like we saw yesterday, Storm is a, BSJ.
Yeah, look at that, 5 stacks of sticky. Up to 6 and a little bit more. Yep. See you later, Brian.
And that's the concern. Where? Oh no, not again.
Yep, this is not looking great here for Jubei. This lane is just a disaster, Kyle. What do they do? Do they have to rotate someone or?
Who? That's the concern, because you have supports that don't find kills, and that's the big issue with the Rooons lineup. They're reliant on winning lanes, but Infamous has drafted counters in both side lanes. So what do you really do when you feel this pressure?
Right? Oh, monkeys. He's trying to run, but you can't run from the spin here. Tomato gonna go hide himself over to the trees. They get that Icarus Dive off. Doesn't quite have that TP up yet. He's gonna actually get taken down, so maybe not worth it for that one.
He bought before he died, though, so that's quite nice. I'd say it's worth. Anytime you can buy first, it's gonna be fine. And yeah, anyway, so BSJ, we saw the Storm yesterday. He hits level 25, and all of a sudden it feels like you can't win the game. This is gonna be even worse for Rooons because they have Ember, and that is it. Terrorblade needs to come online, get like that second, third item, get an Aegis, shove down lanes, get towers, etc. He is all their tower damage, and his game is miserable. Like, this is worse than... I'm trying to think of a very sad movie. You ever watch the end of Old Yeller?
I mean, who hasn't?
I cried so many tears.
I don't think many people, though, at this point have seen Old Yeller.
Old Yeller.
You say grave with the Fireflies, the Weebs will get it. Oh, BSJ, not again, not like this. Avalanche comes out. Should be able to walk away, though. It's very close to that tower. The Phoenix making rotation. Schofield taking a bit of damage here. He's got a lot of stacks to stay. I don't think you go back into that.
You don't know my boy BSJ.
I don't.
Has no fear.
Clearly. Top lane again. There's a spin coming out over onto Monkeys. This is just a very difficult game for this Brewmaster. Couple more hits,
Oh, no.
cancels out the salve. Just trying to get himself further and deeper into these woods. Hopefully they don't find him, but they will eventually find him over here in the corner. Get a couple misses coming out at least. But I was waiting for Miz. I was like, is Miz gonna take that last hit? There he is.
This is not the game you like to see from BSJ. This is the thing about BSJ as a player. He is a very streaky guy. When he's feeling himself and he's confident, nothing can stop him. He's all the way up.
Schofield, my man, maybe a little too greedy here. Nice flame break pushing back, but they will be able to get a slight with the rotation coming out from Annihilate.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to need to see a lot more of. Annihilate has got to go off this game. He needs to rotate and find kills, mostly on this bottom lane, but I'd like to see him try and kill this Jug at some point as well.
Does that become an issue that you're allowing the Storm to free farm while Annihilate moves around the map?
Yes and no. Storm is just jungling already because he knows he feels way too much pressure in the mid lane at the moment. BSJ, no. Not like this.
Oh, they're still chasing after Jube here. Schofield, the body blocks come out. Look at all that Firefly. We've only got 2 stacks of Sticky, 3 coming up. Can we get a 4th here? Do we even need a 4th? Oh, he's actually still alive, but end of the day, Whisper, the Bolivian legend over here.
Yeah. Whisper's really impressed. I was talking with Fogg yesterday. We do believe Whisper is an excellent player. He certainly has potential, and there's a lot, you know, it's frustrating because there is so much raw talent in the South American scene, but there's no real support structure. Yeah, there's no support structure, and a lot of these guys, you know, they bounce from team to team because there's no incentive to stay together. People are jumping ship after like 2-3 weeks, but these Infamous guys, man, they've looked pretty good in some of their games.
It's been tough, yeah. There's definitely certain stacks in South America, like Gorilla's Pride, where they change their roster every single time that they play a qualifier. Oh boy.
I mean, think about it. They beat Team Lithium, who, as I recall, knocked Liquid out of the major qualifier. That was not the move from Annihilate.
Oh, they have the lasso. This is one cooked turkey here, I think. Yeah, toss comes out. They just maybe more damage. Schofield actually burning. Can they get that hit? There it is. And Schofield just gonna roll on out.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is nice. See, they just need BSJ to find some space. And I like that he's gone for the build I've seen popularized by Skemberlu as well. The double Wraith Band after boots, maxing Illusion. I like this. Farm. Just continue shoving mid lane. Try and just farm woods. I've seen a lot of players on TB just rotate woods at level 4. I just want to make sure BSJ stays calm. He's still fine in this game. Just recover. Don't stress. Get yourself back in this.
It's got to be tough, right? Because Rooons has had, unfortunately, a not so great showing at this particular minor. So I'm sure they're feeling the pressure, but, you know, maybe they stay really cool. You know, anything can happen. Everybody loves an underdog story.
I like this move from Moose as well, the smoke ward play. You get these nice deep wards off, and it's the perfect locations. It's all about where is this Terrorblade, hunting him and trying to kill him. He's going to approach level 6 quite soon. He's probably going to place a nice ward behind this mid tower. Excellent job. All these wards will be undetected.
Seeing that farming life over here at those camps as well. This is tough because you need farm on BSJ. You need farm on Monkeys. You need to just, you know, have these rotations coming out from the Ember as well, but he also needs farm. So all their resources, it feels, are being cut off because laning is very difficult. Annihilate doing a pretty decent job down here. Does have, you know, his level 9 at least, but it's still very tough.
If he had
Moose! Moose finds Annihilate. I don't think he has another.
He's fine. She's super cool. And now they know there's a ward there. So that was a cool play from Annihilate. He could have actually died had he caught that lasso. He had way too many stacks. He should not have turned around for that one auto attack, but alas. I like that they recognize the situation here. You need to put the Ember against the bat lane because no one else can be there. But the problem is they can't help out the Brew, and there's no hero that can go top against the Jug. That they picked TB into, but they aren't laning against him, and that's going to be a big concern here for Rooons. All 3 cores for Infamous, the top of the net worth chart, 4K in the lead.
The thing I'm worried about is, as much as I love Infamous, they have this tendency to have a really great showing during laning. They're pretty strong towards the mid game, but then somehow they usually fall off. Like they start to lose their sight on the actual objective, and we see them start to get a little bit slower, start to farm up too much. That's my only concern. Now, if they do that, we're going to see the Terrorblade start to pick up steam, right? So then, got to see them keep that pedal to the metal here. Make sure that they're taking advantage of their advantage, literally, you know. But
what? Can we click on the Ember Spear real fast? I thought I saw you had 2 points in Slight. Why does he have 2 points in Slight, Moxie?
Maybe he wants to be a new trendsetter.
Radiant structures
Maybe he's
fortified.
misclicked.
I feel like trendsetting is cool and all, and I'm all about the next wave of punk fashion. But if you see a player like Ana dominate a TI utilizing effectively the same skill and item build, don't you think if you're going to copy most of it, you should just copy all of it?
Well, maybe he's tried this out. Maybe he knows something you don't, Kyle.
That's true. A lot of people know things I don't.
There you go. Like how Infamous is going to win this?
It's not over till it's over, Moxie.
Not over till it's
Have
over.
faith.
For sure. I do have faith. I have faith in my boys. You seem to be losing some faith in yours, though.
There's some questionable maneuvers.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that flame break literally just popped the entire flame guard. That is crazy amounts of damage. And now there's three heroes from Rooons here, and they're behind the tower. That was a defensive remnant just placed. I mean, the downside of the Phoenix in a lot of ways is that until you're level 6, you just don't have much of an impact. My God, that Storm is farmed. Man.
Pete about to go off.
There's a lot of farm on these
fight.
Infamous heroes. Rooons is going to need to make something happen, but their issue is they can't. They just don't have the heroes. The only one that can really make plays is the Ember, and he's hiding behind tower.
We do have a silver lining. We have that. Oh, no. As I say that, we have the blink that just got picked up over here onto Monkeys. Should be able to turn around, though, take down this Bat Rider. Egg will pop, but they've got themselves Whisper, and
BSJ.
Oh, moves. Throws down the ward. Has the Fiend's grip. In comes our Storm. And Whisper is a cool guy who doesn't look at explosions, just leaves the game and says, yeah, this is in the bag. Whisper PC turned off. What? That is a sad bonus. They just can't handle the Bolivian legend.
This is an interesting place to be if you're BSJ. And you can see them laughing already. It's just, like, you can see his face. He's contemplating his own mortality at the moment. Thinking to himself, what does it all mean? What am I doing here? Should I be farming in this location? What would my stream think if I was live? Do the viewers at home understand me?
That is a very pensive man. Very pensive man.
It is an interesting day to spend in the life of BSJ.
The Tomato over here, though, is looking cool, calm, collected. He's got himself a Monster Energy right there.
Nice,
That is the winning beverage.
Shout out to CCNC, who I'm sure is in Twitch chat as we speak.
Looking forward to seeing you on Pain X over at that major. Pepito rocking that hairstyle over down there. You know, look at these boys.
And Pepita is a good-looking man.
You tap that?
That is inappropriate, Moxie.
You brought it up, dude.
I mean, he's one of the few South American players. Like, he put this team together. He messaged me and a lot of other Westerners about playing in South America, for advice, for just anything. He just wants to get good. And there's a lot of players in all regions, but especially South America, that they're just playing like for the fame, for the memes. They don't really recognize the great opportunity you have as someone talented at Dota 2, and Pepito wants to capture that and like make this a career, and I respect him for that.
Yeah, that guy is a legend. He's been around forever. He's Argentinian, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've got that Peruvian flag that I put up for Infamous because Infamous, I believe, is a Peruvian organization. But, you know, we've got a mix of different South Americans here, and I like it. I like to see everybody coming together.
Argentina has a lovely culture. I've met a few, like, in my travels that just have this awesome appreciation for life and opportunity. And, as we were talking.
Cool guys don't look at explosions, like we said. And they do get a kill, though, over onto Schofield in the bottom lane. So they do take out that off lane. They use the split and the egg on that, though.
Yeah, I think you're okay with this. I mean, it's not an ideal situation if you're Rooons. The Storm is becoming a problem. As is the Jug.
No, they spotted someone. They spotted the Phoenix. They know that he doesn't have the egg. Still gonna zip forward. Can run, but you can't hide.
That's an Arcane Rune Kaya Storm. That is ridiculous mana efficiency. I love this decision from the Bat Rider. He looks to be skipping the Blink Dagger, just going for more stat items. I think that's the move here. Yules is an incredible item in a game like this because you're playing against an Ember. You can purge the shield, TB to set up for a kill before the Sunder. It's just nice to have these utility items, and I do feel like this is a better way to play Bat. We saw Zai do something similar to this. Blink is such an expensive item and provides absolutely no stats. When you're this single target hero, you can't go all in on this one hero pickoff. Become more of a team fighter. Have that utility. Well done, Whisper.
He's making his mark. Definitely a very you know, we talked about gems, people to keep your eyes on. That's definitely a player I would say that you should be watching out for. Moose finds himself a friend. Takes, oh no, he doesn't. Juve's still alive here. Looks like Schofield is gonna fall. And they're gonna get the kill on this. So they quickly turned that around. Very nicely done by Rooons.
And that is the team fight strength of Rooons there. As you can see, the tomb goes down, the meta's popped. They don't have the egg or the split, but it doesn't matter. However,
Papita, my man, denies that tower.
That is huge because, as we know, after the change, denied towers give absolutely no gold and experience.
And we actually take the tower down here in the bottom as well. 100 gold going to the side of Infamous and 0 the side of Rooons.
The downside of the draft, though, as you can see, Monkeys went for this Blink first build, right? So yeah, he has that initiation power, but his net worth is dropping. The Bat Rider went for these scaling regen items. He can pretty much farm, Flame Break, and Firefly off cooldown and continue to scale. So even though they get the tower, though it was denied, like they've lost gold. They were 4K down, it was 7 now, and it's going to get worse because only the TB and Ember really shove lanes, whereas Infamous, you've got 4 heroes that can all do it pretty easily. And that's going to be a Battle Fury jug soon.
He's already got the Battle Fury.
That's very concerning for Rooons. A nice Ancient stack too. Tasty.
Yeah, life's feeling pretty good if you're a tomato.
Yule's on the Storm as well. Again, just more anti-Ember items. You remove yourself from the Searing Chains. And how do you kill Storm, actually, in this game now? Like, it's not possible.
That's what the panel was concerned about. They said there wasn't much catch for Papita.
And Annihilate has not played this game in the proper manner either. He has just not been involved in nearly enough action. He needed to be controlling runes, rotating. He has 2 points in Searing Chains. Oh.
Drums get popped over here, and Papita has decided, I don't really want to be here right now. We're just going to allow them to take the bottom tower, maybe. Like you can see, we've got some movement down there. Coming out from the creep wave, and Boris is actually going to get slain. There's just nothing to stop the storm. We don't have it.
I don't know. It feels like a lot of the games I've seen Rooons play where their lineup has some potential, but they just don't do anything. There's been one move made with this push on the mid tower. They get a couple kills gifted to them, and then it gets denied. And I just, like, Annihilate's going to TP bottom, but he's the active hero. He's the only threat, and you've now removed him from the map and placed him in the least valuable part of the map, your own safe lane tier 2. Whereas top, like, now what does Monkeys do? He's got a blink and a split. He wants to use it. He invested in this blink to get fights started. They have egg. They want to battle. There is a remnant here, so he can come back.
Monkeys could use some friends. Top lane split gets used. Looks like Bat Rider gonna be taken out. Does have that Tornado Purge turnaround. And that's a dead Whisper, but that's also an egg and a split that they committed for that.
True.
Now they're not gonna have it.
Yeah, but I don't mind it in the sense that they did something, and now they get a free tier 1. They still have the meta. I would have really preferred them to save the egg if possible. If Ember is there, they can. But now they're in a position where, do you really feel confident looking to push tier 2 and take a possible team fight?
No, I don't know. They're moving that way, and Papita's going to be able to take that tier 2. Nightmare comes out. Moose getting slowly chipped down by that meta. Will take him down.
All right.
Got that tombstone. So, yeah, I'd say they're feeling pretty nice. Papita took that bottom tower and is going to find himself this Ember. Annihilate. He can't do anything about this except zip out. Oh, and he still wants it. Sunray comes out.
Zoom. This is a huge kill.
He doesn't have much mana right now. They're still searching. Icarus Dive will reveal where Papita is. He's dead.
BSJ! Dominating this Dota game. Making it look easy. Climbing the ranks.
There.
He was 7th in net worth, climbing all the way up to 3rd. The unfortunate side effect of these movements is, have you seen the Jug? I haven't seen the Jug. Why? Because he's just farming, has the Battle Fury, has the Yasha, running between ancient camps all willy-nilly, taking mid waves when acceptable as well. Tomato is huge.
Huge. Absolutely.
Already above near 600 GPM. What a play.
when you've got that kind of a space, especially coming out from Whisper and Pepita, you're able to take advantage of this, and he can play a little greedy here with that farming. Would like to see him be active, though. I think that's pretty important. Schofield gets jumped on clap, comes out for Monkeys. They'll get the reflection, Sunray. But it takes so many people now, like, because they're rolling together. I don't know.
Yeah, the Jug, I mean, you can see the advantage for Infamous just keeps going up. Even though they're losing towers, heroes, it really doesn't matter because Tomato is able to output so much pressure just by farming the map. So he's going to accelerate. As soon as he has that Manta, you're going to have 3 cores on the side of Infamous that can all remove Searing Chains. And that means there's just no stuns left. And I don't know what to do if I'm Team Rooons to ensure I have enough lockdown. This is the downside of opening with something like Phoenix Brew. You need now 2 heroes with strong lockdown to have a proper engagement, and they only got the 1.
Yeah, it's just way too light on the lockdown because you can just run away from that egg, just run at you as well. It's a problem.
And this is also the sort of game Tomato excels in. Storm?
He doesn't care. Vortex, gonna give him a couple taps here. Annihilate. Walks away, follow the Schofield. If he had landed that avalanche, oh baby.
Yeah. Tomato's big flaw as a player is that he farms way too much. He gets ahead, like we saw in that game he played Morphling against Complexity, and then just doesn't use his net worth effectively to help his team. On a hero like Jug in this game, though, because he is such a strong carry and so far ahead of the TB, you aren't really pressured to do anything but farm. It's not a game like it was when you played the Wisp Gyro of Cole that will eventually come online and cause you problems. You're going to be the strongest hero on map until TB recovers, which he's still very far from being able to do.
He's working on it, but not quite there yet. Still looking for some more farm, but we've got all 3 cores on the side of Infamous, top of the net worth. Terrorblade not too far behind, of course, but doesn't feel good if you're that Ember Spear right now either.
I don't think anyone on Rooons feels super good right now, though. I mean, just looking at where they position, it's rough. You've got Undying Brew top, but the problem with these heroes is they only force fights. They can't actually make moves. Another Arcane Rune.
Oh, they get the... Oh, no.
Mid lane.
Boy.
BSJ.
Oh, yeah, they TP in the Undying. They've got the Tombstone. Phoenix gets that Icarus dive off.
But there's no catch. There is none.
Where's the catch? Although Whisper, he was looking for something. Will get taken out. Rest of the team Delta split, though. They were out of there in a hot second.
Yeah, as soon as the tomb or the egg goes down.
Oh, boy. Schofield, with the help of Pepita, they're going to get themselves a Brewmaster who already used his split. Just like that. Schofield, and they've got that Searing Chains, though. Schofield in for some trouble.
BSJ on the mega kill streak. Somebody's got to
be on the mega kill streak on this. Oh, the Nightmare from Moose. Sunray, doesn't matter. He's got the brain cell. Well, your boy's moving up in that net worth.
But look at Tomato. 5,000 ahead of the Terrorblade. He's just having a free game. You can see he's literally just running in circles. You can see him, someone's drawing a circle around the Ancient Camps. Because that's where he's going to be. Level 18 now. That's that maxed out ultimate. He's going to go purchase the Eagle Song.
Yeah, he's got to be feeling really, really confident at this point. Meanwhile, BSJ, he's got one of those ultimate orbs, but still a long way off from where he wants to be. Well, in comparison to Tomato, obviously.
Here I am.
Bloodstone going to be finished in the storm pretty soon. Then he's going to go for the Ags. What a cool item.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a game-winning item.
They don't have any real AoE to follow up on, but I think they just want the lockdown. And man, look, what happened to Annihilate in this game? Has he died? Like, he's got 1 death, but I almost feel like that's too few. Because if you're this far behind, where were you pushing the envelope? You know, like where's the pressure? And this is a big concern I have with a lot of the ways people play in NA Dota. It's just so conservative without nearly enough emphasis on taking the hard lanes and applying pressure.
Well,
Take the extra creep.
This is going to be incredible because you're going to be able to get that Aegis on Storm, one of the best Aegis carriers. He's got that fresh Bloodstone, I believe. Toss comes out. Oh, he almost got the split off. He's not going to be able to do it in time. Evils comes out here. That was a fast engage. They finish up the Roche, and immediately Pepita sees that opening, jumps on in. Bloodstone charge acquired. Slight comes out from Annihilate, but doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. There's the before Fiend's Grip comes out. This Ember Annihilate is gonna get annihilated. DSJ TPing back. What is it? We have meta up in about 3. But again, you've got Storm with an Aegis. He's just gonna zip in, zip out, and they don't have any lockdown.
It's a sad game for fans of Rooons, fans of BSJ, and NA Dota.
A dark day for NA Dota. Well, you know, it's only one game. It's one game.
And I'm sure Twitch chat has a lot of ideas on how they would fix this Rooons lineup. I think that they still have potential, but if I were to tell Jubei one thing, and those of you, get your Twitter fingers ready, please someone tell this man to pick some stuns. You gotta pick stuns to win Dota. A mantra I've always repeated is that every player, no matter if he's Miracle, Matumba Man, or Moxie, you're all equal when you're stunned. You literally can't do anything.
Underrooted. Who knows? Maybe they can turn this around.
Yeah, and maybe now that Ariana Grande is single, she'll give me a call and we can go out on a lovely date.
Hope. Hold on to that hope.
Yeah.
She has the voice of an angel. That girl, for sure. You should tweet her.
Hey.
Who knows?
You got I mean, you'll have to judge, okay? I've got 2 go-to date ideas. Well, 3, right?
All right. Let's hear 'em.
Number 1 is just I cook dinner.
Okay.
The same meal every time.
The same meal every time?
Well, it's the only one I can make real well. Second, ice skating or roller rinking, like roller skating.
Okay.
Really fun. Disco nights, Thursday, be there. Third, go to an arcade.
I'll go to an
Show them
arcade
your
for
skee ball skills. If nothing,
and win a prize. You got to win her a prize,
of course,
right?
Of course. You know what's crazy about carnivals is that it's actually much easier to win. They don't rig it until later in the day. Uh-oh.
Yeah, look at that. The Yules comes
He's fine.
out.
He's
He's going to be able to get out.
Yeah.
But that's very scary when Pepita just holds you in his arms like that.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So carnivals, they make it really easy at the start of the day so that you're free advertisement. You prove that someone can win the big prize and you walk around all day with it.
All right, yeah.
At the end of the night,
advertising.
it's all for the rubes. Everybody loses.
So you're going to do a day date?
No, that's pretty scary. I don't really have the best, what's the word, facial features. So the darker, the better, really.
Oh. DreamLeague.
Yeah.
This is a minor, guy.
That's what Mom always told me. The best light for you, son, is no light at all.
I doubt that. Your mother's a peach.
She didn't actually say that. She's lovely.
Carol is a lovely woman. I've talked to her on Twitter. Shout out to Mama Friedman. All right, there it is. Can they get the avalanche off in time? No, they can't,
Close.
but they definitely scared the bejeebus out of
Yep.
him.
I just point to this Whisper item build. I love it. He's got so much utility. Yules, drums, force, pipe. All of those items are incredibly valuable for his team, and in a game like this, pipe just removes the Ember Spirit and Phoenix damage. Oh, what is this? He's glimmered? That's the tiny. He's gonna be fine.
He's gonna be out. Yeah, that is little monkeys.
If he had a blink there, wouldn't have won.
Monkeys, baby, what you doing?
You're trying to make things. You feel pressured. There's another.
No, I
oh my God! It's like the 5th arcane rune for this guy.
He's got his blood, not his blood, sorry, his orchid picked up
Oh
now
my-
too. And they know that splits down. This is the moment to strike.
And there's no Yules on Ember. There's no method of cleansing this orchid on any player on Runes, with the exception of the Manta TB. But
Yeah, Schofield, he's looking. Pepita just zips right on in. They'll follow up with an avalanche vortex. Orchid gets used. A little bit more damage, and there it is. Pepita's dominating.
You had your warning.
He did have a warning. Definitely see him making his way over there, but not enough.
I'm like, I don't know how Annihilate doesn't have any more farm. Like this is mind bottling right now. My mind is actually a ship in a bottle. I don't know how it got there, just like I don't know how his net worth got to this low.
Chill, baby, chill. Leave poor Annihilate alone. He's trying the best he can. Oh, Pepita, that is not who you really wanted, but, you know, you got an Aegis. Might as well, if you got it, flaunt it, right?
Ain't that the truth?
There it goes. All right, so no more Aegis. BKB picked up on Brian Banana Slamma Jamma, though. Oh, zip forward. Gotta be careful here, Storm. You don't have an Aegis anymore.
There's no threat, though. They can't kill Storm.
Tomato just at work over there on those racks. They just walk away.
They know there's meta popped, so just go kill a shrine real quick, come back when meta's down, rinse, repeat.
We said come back when meta's down, Tomato. Yeah.
But how do you catch him? He can spin, flutter away, and you've got a hasted BKB target on the retreat, and there's nothing you can do. You have a Phoenix, a Rooon, and Undying. All these heroes can do is watch.
Yeah, Tomato's a beautiful butterfly right now emerged from his cocoon. And a sheep stick gets picked up on Phoenix. So there is some control, but you know what you don't have? An Eye Annihilate.
Who?
Fight
Boris.
Chill. Yeah, Boris is gonna get slaughtered over here. There's gonna be, they slide right on through that Omni Seth. Nice Thunder coming through, have the BKB. You stay. He's gonna try to run Eye Annihilate now in for some trouble. He fought back. He cannot afford to die here, Kyle. He is out of here. They do find someone over here in the corner. Looks like Moose might be in for some trouble. He's got the brain staff though. Oh dear Lord. You are in the woods with some very unfriendly people. That is 4 down, only Terrorblade is alive. What do you do?
If I were, okay, man, I don't know what you do, but games like this make me think about Vontae Davis.
They're going for the end. Oh, the jump forward coming up from Pita. Oh, that's a dead Terrorblade.
So Vontae Davis was a player for the Buffalo Bills. And you know what he did, Moxie?
What did he do, Kyle?
He realized that the season, they were 0-4. Dismal performance, down 21-0 or some such at halftime. And he said, folks, I'm retiring. I'm out. I can't do it. The end. And I gotta say, I don't blame him. And I don't know if I would blame a player on Rooons for making the same sort of decision, because right now they're not playing with cohesion. The passivity is... it feels like I'm watching... It's like a bunch of Quakers playing Dota. You need the killer instinct, all right? There's no room in Dota for friendly, for fun, for games. This is a minor, a spot for the majors on the line. Pick some stuns. Get in there. Wyvern, Lina, Centaur, maybe a DK or a Shadow Fiend or something. Ball out.
So upset he broke his chair, guys. He's very upset. The Lina definitely was banned out, but we are going to go to a break because I think Kyle is going to lose it otherwise, and I don't want him to break down in front of the camera. So going to a break. We'll be back, guys.